Welcome to this episode of Dwayne's Aviation. When most aviation enthusiasts think of a piston twin aircraft, the perception is that having two engines means better performance and a more capable aircraft. More capable means you can carry more load, so more useful load, and you can fly higher over the weather, which means in many cases that you have a pressurized cabin. So, unlike a lot of light piston, or just generally piston engine aircraft where you need external oxygen to be able to fly at a high altitude, in a piston twin, you may have a pressurized cabin, and then you can also travel farther. This has been the justification why those that fly twins give any time, any day, but the truth is that numbers don't always support that argument. Because in this day and age, there are countless single-engine aircraft that can match those same performances, and in some cases, outperform a light twin. But is buying a twin even worth it in this day and age? Unless flying a twin is what you prefer, preference aside, it doesn't make serious financial sense to buy a twin-piston plane because, for starters, a twin-engine aircraft is generally more expensive to buy. Even if you do go for an older model, you'd be paying more upfront to buy them than you would in a single-engine aircraft, and your cost doesn't automatically stop there. The operating costs for twin-engine planes are exponentially higher than those of a single-engine piston airplane. Remember, you now have two engines, which means you have to operate two engines. So while one engine may burn, say, 15 to 20 gallons of fuel per hour, so does your second engine, also burning the same amount of fuel. And yes, you can fly higher and possibly go farther, but in most cases, you're burning twice as much fuel to get to those destinations. Speaking of maintenance, an annual on a piston twin can get really high because you have two engines to worry about instead of one. Engine aside, mostly every twin out there is a retractable, so you are flying a complex aircraft, which translates to more parts that can break and more parts to look after. Your maintenance costs are going to be higher in a twin-engine aircraft, as is your insurance. Looking at the safety record, it's a common belief that having two engines is safer than having one, which is why many pilots tend to move towards a light twin with the notion that when something happens, or if something were to happen with one of the engines, they will always have a backup engine for redundancy. The problem with this argument is that statistics don't support it. As a matter of fact, the numbers show the opposite. If you study the accident rates and the fatality rates of light twins, it shows that compared to a single-engine airplane, according to records, you're 5 times more likely to have a fatal crash with a twin-engine airplane compared to a single piston-engine airplane. So, in a case of an emergency, when you're flying a twin, your room for correction is a lot lower than when you're flying a single-engine airplane. The reason being that there are no asymmetrical thrust issues with a single plane, making emergencies much easier to handle, particularly in the takeoff and landing phases, where most engine failures occur. So, in conclusion, when you're operating a twin-engine aircraft, you have double the trouble because more things can go wrong. So, why would anyone want to fly a twin-engine aircraft? There are some benefits to flying in a twin, but it will cost you a lot more no matter what plane you go for. It's going to be more expensive, and for safety reasons, it's not safer. So, for me, it's okay to fly twins because it's what you prefer, but the myth that it's safer and better than singles is just not true. So, what are the best piston singles to buy? The Sling TSI is the most practical and desirable lightweight 4-place experimental aircraft on the market, and it has been critically acclaimed for its capabilities, effortless handling, and all-around functionality. It comfortably seats 4 with luggage and still cruises effortlessly and efficiently, making it the ultimate in affordable cross-country flying. Using the 141 horsepower Rotax 915 engine, cruise speed is 148 knots with a 1,000 feet per minute climb rates and a range of 900 nautical miles. If you want a highly efficient modern 4-seat design, this airplane is for you. When it comes to speed, the piston-powered Lancair Evolution is at turboprop level. This Lycoming-powered plane offers a balance of performance, comfort, and efficiency that is not offered in any other kit or certified personal aircraft. Capable of carrying 4 adults in pressurized comfort for over 1,800 nautical miles. Using the FADEC-controlled 350 horsepower Lycoming IE2 engine, max cruise speed is 230 knots at 24,000 feet in pressurized comfort, with a range of 1,380 nautical miles. The Lancer Mako is a cheaper alternative to the Evolution with similar performance. The performance of this airplane is great, and it is one of the fastest four-place airplanes on the market today. Starting with a sturdy composite airframe that's built to stringent utility-class standards, the Mako is designed for the long haul. This airplane uses the 350 horsepower Continental IO 550 turbocharged engine, which helps it to seat 4 people, cruise at 225 knots, climb at 1,900 feet per minute, with a range of 1,100 nautical miles. If your mission includes more than 2 people and you like airplanes that perform and handle well, the Van's RV-10 is the perfect plane for you. The RV-10 is a true 4-person airplane, which means that it will carry 4 full-grown adults, full fuel, and 60 pounds of baggage while remaining at or below maximum gross weight. In this airplane, you can comfortably cruise at 171 knots with a range of 717 nautical miles using the 260 horsepower Lycoming IO 540 engine. Performance aside, the Cirrus SR-22 is the most beautiful GA plane on the market today, and all that beauty comes at a cost. For a fixed-gear machine, General Aviation's most popular airplane offers performance that's more typically associated with retractables. Perhaps equally important, the SR-22 has a generous-sized cabin that will easily accommodate 4 adults. Using the Continental IO 550 engine, the SR-22 cruises at 180 knots and climbs at 1,200 feet per minute with a range of 1,000 nautical miles. Whether you are a new aviator looking for the perfect first airplane or an experienced IFR pilot with discerning tastes, this airplane is for you. The Cessna Corvallis and the Corvallis TTX are great alternatives to the SR-22 and the SR-22T. You get a better performance in these, but not with a parachute, so if your engine fails, you are a glider. Both Corvallis airplanes use the same big 310 horsepower Continental IO 550 engine. Both are great and fast airplanes, capable of fast non-stop trips like New York to Atlanta, New York to Toronto, and Miami to the Bahamas, or Los Angeles to Las Vegas. If you need to cover long distances quickly, this airplane is for you. The Pipistrel Pantera is undoubtedly the most efficient 4-seat airplane. It achieves unprecedented efficiency through careful aerodynamic shaping and a lightweight, advanced composite structure. The Pantera uses the 260 horsepower Lycoming IO 540 engine, which helps it to cruise at 194 knots, climb at 1,300 feet per minute, and have a range of 1,000 nautical miles. If you need a highly efficient speed machine, this airplane is for you. The Cessna 172 is widely used as a trainer, but it is equally suited to cross-country flying. Due to its stable design, if its position in the air is disturbed by turbulence or an accidental touch of the controls, it has a strong tendency to return to its original position without any input from the pilot. With a useful load of nearly 900 pounds, you can comfortably fit in 4 people with little fuel and cruise at 122 knots over 696 nautical miles using the 160 horsepower Lycoming IO 260 engine. If you need a great trainer with forgiving flight characteristics and great visibility, this airplane is for you. When it comes to speed, the Mooney Acclaim Ultra is in a class of its own. Moonies are about more than simply speed, however. The type offers strong climbing performance, typically 1,200 feet per minute. They're comfortable machines to fly, reasonably easy to maintain, and offer better range than practically anything else in the class. With nearly 1,000 pounds of useful load, the Acclaim cruises at over 200 knots over 1,000 nautical miles using the 280 horsepower Continental IO 550 engine. If you need a speed machine, this airplane is for you. The Beechcraft G36 Bonanza is one of the longest produced airplanes in the US, and it is the aspiration of any pilot who desires unmatched craftsmanship. With first-class technology, comfort, and world-class quality, the Bonanza is ready for any adventure. Power comes from the Continental IO550 engine, which produces 300 horsepower, and in the cockpit, it is equipped with the Garmin G1000 NXI avionics suite. This variant was introduced in 2006, and it is the latest variant since 1947. The cost of a Bonanza starts at $777,000. The maximum climb rate is 1,230 feet per minute, and the maximum speed limit is 205 knots. It's not a true 200-knot airplane. You will mostly see a maximum of 176 knots on an economy cruise. The range is 920 nautical miles and has a stall speed of 59 knots. The Bonanza can carry 6 people with 70 pounds of baggage and go places fast. If you want to be above traffic and weather at FL 250 in pressurized comfort, then the Piper M350 is for you. This plane offers some serious performance, some serious capability, some serious operational efficiency, and some serious value. It is equipped with the Lycoming TIO 540 engine, which has 3-blade propellers in front. It operates at a maximum altitude of 25,000 feet at a cruise speed of 213 knots and has a range of 1,343 nautical miles. It is equipped with the Garmin G1000 NXI avionics suite, which is one of the most sophisticated out there. The suite includes a GTX 345R transponder, a Garmin GI 275 standby, a Garmin Safe Taxi, a flight chart, etc. It also offers additional equipment like weather radar enhancement, a traffic advisory system, a surface watch, and much more. The Piper M350 has some great safety features like electronic stability protection, automatic level mode, underspeed protection, coupled go-around, emergency descent mode, and synthetic vision. All these features will help you keep yourself and the plane safe and secure.